Hey everyone, we're live. So this very important live, and it will also be downloaded into a video. This is titled "The Assurance Part 3 for the Children." So very importantly, in these great times, if you will, with the implosion of the existing capitalistic world, the economic policy and finance and all of that gibberish and how it works, it is imploding, and all of the enslavement that comes along with that, especially for the children. So as all of that is imploding and let's say catapulting to its full implosion, at the same time, this new world delivered by God Prime Creator through DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD for humanity is the replacement system for humanity. And to keep it simple, humanity is currently in a savage system, and especially all of the children, and what this system does to the children, let's say more or less soon as they're born, to strip them of their innocence, of their creativity, of their livelihood in the sense of living, and also, let's say, turning the children into monotonous robots for a capitalistic society, um, where they are, let's say, enslaved into years in school to come out to be further enslaved in a capitalistic, savage world that just robs the children and, of course, humanity of everything, their energy, their life, their joy, their bliss, their peace, their love, and their freedom. So, having said that, let's get into what Divine GPMS World does for the children. First, again, I will reiterate that it frees all of the children from this current worldwide socio-economic system. No longer do children need to go to public schools and learn irrelevant things, if you will, spend many years in school. That is not the new reality. It does not serve a functioning, advanced civilization of humanity. So, in this new divine-gpms.world for the children, let's begin with education. In this new world, the children decide what they wish to learn, what interests them, what is in alignment with their ingenuity, their creativity, and their innovative ideas. In this new world with education for the children, again, they choose what they wish. However, everything is free and at their disposal, meaning computer, if they wish that, it is freely given to them. If they wish for a phone, if you will, to learn on, that is given to them. Also, many other options is given to them. Many mystery schools, if you will be set up by volunteers to teach children more about their self and their own abilities, their own feelings, their own sensitivities, and their own gifts, and how they contribute these to a full sharing world. Humanity as a whole is evolving internally, as well as externally. But when we look at it internally, what we are seeing is the more sensitive children because of their empathic abilities and their senses. We go beyond six senses, what is occurring. And when the children are allowed to be free and open, they blossom in these paranormal, extra normal gifts. And we are in this time that this is fully supported for the children to do so, to not be enslaved and encapsulated in a monotonous robotic control system that just takes. In this new replacement system, it gives, and supports the children to blossom fully and to be in alignment with what they feel to do, what they wish to do, what their conscious interest is aligned with, not to be forced to go to schools to learn history that is not important. It's not relevant to going forward. History is something of the past. All of the lessons have been learned by the adults. You don't need to go back there. You put the sights on the new world. So, all accessories are free for children instantly in this new world upon, again, having the majority consent, which we are currently working on worldwide. It is inevitable that we do get it. And it does occur. It is God's will, it is God's plan, and nothing stops this. Humanity is transitioning out of this hell environment into a heaven on earth, which is joy, peace, abundance, freedom for all, no more suffering. Excuse me. Now, also with this, in this new DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD, which is the entire replacement system worldwide, it's for all of soul kind, if you will, all of humanity. And what this does in this new world for children, there are the choices, what they wish to do for to have in their bodies, their healthy choices will be laid out before them by the guardians, parents, and it will be much different. It will not be schools dictating a diet. It will not be health care professionals from orthodox medicine trying to impose medications and these sort of things on children. No, no, no. It will be at the parents and the guardians' choices to see what the children's choices are in this new world. And of course, we can say the full informed consent from the children and the parents, the guardians. So again, I got a list written here of points, and so I'm at, as I said, no public schools. There is no requirement, no need for public schools. Most of the curriculum that is learned is to prepare children to live in a capitalistic system that is not part of the future. So it becomes irrelevant, non-productive for children to learn what is in present public school curriculum. The essentials that the children again wish to learn, they can do that from their homes or also attend classes that are given freely on many of the other enhancing subjects rather than the controlled, indoctrinating, conditioning, robotic curriculums. So everything is opened up for the children. If they wish to learn how to plant gardens and trees, they can go and learn that. If they wish to learn how to build things, they can go and do that freely. There is no school, public school, dictating what they must learn. So that doesn't exist in this new reality. In this new reality, the children, as well as all, will have the good, optimal, healthy foods and drinks. The water will be clean. The existing technology already on Earth becomes unlimited, providing clean water everywhere worldwide. Because money is no longer a factor in this new world, it is no longer a limiting, restrictive factor. It is actually the opposite, where all of the technology and water purification systems, the technology and the mass production of it is ramped up. There is no longer any monetary limitations. And what this does, it quickly cleans up the water supply for the world, as well as accessing underground aquifers of water where needed. The food, it becomes cleaned up. If you look, let's say, in Europe now, the synthetic and toxic chemicals that are included in foods, I believe it's over 4,000 different identified toxic chemicals and toxins that are put in there. These are eliminated. The food becomes natural. And with this, again, for the children, what it means is they are eating healthy, good food. No longer all of these toxic synthetic chemicals and toxins put in their food. So not only the children, all of the adults, everyone worldwide has access to unlimited clean food and drink, especially water. Um, so the children in this new world so far, they're able to learn what they wish. They don't need to go to schools to learn this. They have everything at home. They have good food. They have good drink. They have their own health choices in collaboration, of course, with their parents, their guardians, to make the best choices for the children. So not only do they have all of that in this new DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD, the replacement system, the family units come back together. So then the children are no longer, let's say, separated, put in daycare because the mom and the dad has to work just to survive. That is no longer the case in this new world. The family units come back together because of the new way of money and finance, if you will, that they only need to contribute in the beginning perhaps about 10 hours a week to the worldwide community, and it will rapidly decrease to about 4 hours a week to contribute to the worldwide community, rather than, let's say, both moms and dads working 40, 60 hours more a week while their children are somewhere else. That scenario does not exist in this new world. The families, the parents are together, the children are with the families. The families in this replacement system, what is occurring now as we gather the votes, the consents, these family units will be based on, let's say, love and a stress-free existence. And what this does for the children, it gives the children the safe sense of family, home, and the safe environment. So no longer is there fighting between the spouses, the parents, about money, about where they're going to live, how they're going to survive. There's not the drugs, the alcohol, because individually each one also changes when they are not depressed, suppressed, oppressed by this current system. And that gets reflected into the family unit where the moms and dads with the children spend more time together enjoying the good things and experiencing the freedom, the abundance, the happiness, and the joy. There is nothing no longer to fight about in families, because with the new system, what it does, it provides everything instantly what a family needs to be in love and in peace and in abundance and harmony. So the children have the great environment to thrive in, and the children can work on their own creativity, their own ingenuity, invent new things, be free to express, and so it's all inclusive supporting for the children in this new world. And also it's designed like this. This is the promise that has been written throughout antiquity and biblical productions, prophecy, and what have you, that humanity would reach this level, this stage, to evolve into civility out of the savagery. And we are here. It's real, and it is happening, and it's been divinely provisioned to do so, and it is happening. So what else do I have here? So we touched on, yes, the unlimited potential of the children to learn what they wish and to contribute to reality and in community worldwide rather than as separated nations worldwide. It is a universal community where the children also have access, let's say on the internet, to anything what they wish, and also the resources. The families will have unlimited free access to any resources they may wish to have to fully support and propel their family forward into the greatest freedom, abundance, and peace ever known, and of course, love. So it brings everything together, and the importance of the love by this satanic beast system, capitalistic system. The love is restored. And with this current capitalistic system, it was designed to take away the love, to take away the unity, the community. It was designed to take away the peace within ones, the harmony, the stillness. That's what the system was designed to do. Now we have a new child on the block, if you will. I use child on the block, and it's a DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD, and it eradicates everything that this dark system of harm created. But again, there is that one stippler that the majority of the people have to choose it, to bring it, to create this new world. It doesn't get created if everyone keeps with the capitalistic beast system and keeps serving that and paying it and keeping it in existence. Then the new world would not get created. But having said that, it is divinely assured. And again, that's why this is titled The Assurance. And in this one, this is part 3. I did 2 previous ones, and I believe the next one, part 4, will go into small business owners and big business owners and how that works freely in the new world as well, with the essential goods and services, how they provide freely for humanity, and also play their functioning role into a evolved civilization on Earth. So, also, um, and this is an organic cigarette. I'm authentic. I'm genuine. I don't hide things. Many they smoke, and when they go on camera, they won't smoke and what have you. Natural organic tobacco is actually beneficial for many. I'm not promoting smoking. However, what I am for those that do smoke, smoke responsibly, organically, not the chemical cigarettes with it, which has some reports say 5,000 toxic additives and chemicals which are in them. So keep your tobacco clean, if you will. Now, in the new world, there is no more interference in the family unit by, let's say, government child protection agencies. In this new world, the family units are functioning fine, and there will not be any outside interference. There is no authority by anyone to come in to a family unit. It is the system that creates the environment of stress where that system no longer exists. So there is no child services, there is no state control over children, and more importantly, there is no risk to children. Let's say it going missing, disappearing, being trafficked, and also being trafficked for organ harvesting. None of this, and the sex trade and the child labor trade, none of this exists in the new world for the one simple reason: there is no longer a monetary incentive to support the existence of that type of world, where you have that everyone has their own money and abundance to money. There is no high monetary incentive to attract ones to steal children, to kidnap them. There is also, within the existing child services worldwide and those sort of programs, there is no longer the monetary incentive for them to profit and to have personal gain at the expense of taking someone else's children, because again, it becomes no reason for it. There is no monetary gain that ones need, so that is wiped out, that crime. Also, when you have, let's say, sick pedophiles and ones that were kidnapping children for perverted reasons, that also tends to not exist in this new world. Again, with demented ones with mental illnesses, it is controlled and supported by the capitalistic world and system of prevalent harm. That does no longer exist. So neither does the psychological environment for a pedophile or a mentally ill one to exist. And for many more reasons, the new medicines and the new technology in medicine also reverses, let's say, any of the dementia, any of the Alzheimer's, any of the autism. All of these things are curable. And in the new world, when there is no restriction to any of these technologies and also these health benefits, it becomes open and free for all, with new techniques, new technologies being introduced and given to the people. Hi, girl. You want to say hi? All right, there you go. All right. Say, come to see me. Hi. All right, now you got to go. I'm busy. Thank you. So, in this new world, all of that is, it's not only alleviated or mitigated, it is also, it's eradicated. So ones need to know that DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD is the all-inclusive solution for every and any problem humanity ever had. And rightfully so, because it is the heaven on earth that we are bringing in. So no more child services or someone outside of the family stepping in. It doesn't occur. There is no authority outside of the family, and rightfully so. There is no reason for disharmony in a family. The families are functioning and thriving beautifully, and there is no reason for any interference from any outside parties. And of course, child abuse is eliminated. There is nothing to be angry at a child about. And most of the child abuse comes from the parents themselves that are subjugated to a world of stress and, let's say, substance abuse and all of these things to alleviate their depression. But everyone needs to realize you're no longer in a world where depression is. There is nothing to be depressed about. There is everything to live and thrive and enjoy for. So it also eradicates addictions. Most alcoholism and drug addiction, it stems from the root cause is the current capitalistic system itself. So where the root cause is eradicated, also alcoholism, drug addiction, it vanishes organically. It's no longer required, and it's no longer supported, and it's no longer needed by the individual, because the individual is no longer depressed, compressed. The individual is free. And with this great freedom to travel anywhere worldwide, to be in abundance, do what the individual wishes to do. And when you look at, let's say, addiction, again, it's because they don't have many options and they become depressed and compressed. But in DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD, they have millions of options what they wish to do. So here, when they were depressed and only had one option to take drugs to try to get through reality, now they have a million reasons not to do it. So, simple common sense shows you how organically one's transition out of depression into the full release and freedom and breathing the fresh air, if you will. Also, with the children in the DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD, they have their own money as well. DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD gives money to every child, woman, and man. And this is also important in family relations, where, again, it's not a union. It's not together because of, let's say, money and a codependency. Each one is equal, the man and the woman, with their own money as well as the children. There is no burden on the family at all. It's again the full opening and thriving and freedom and all of those good words. So the children are not anticipated to uh, contribute a few hours to the worldwide community until, let's say, they're perhaps 18, 16 or 18. But again, with DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD, it doesn't, let me say, it becomes the individual choice on how they wish to contribute to the world. And what I will say, presently on Earth, the workforce to contribute to an advanced, accelerated world, there's probably many multiple times more than what is needed. And this is also why, as soon as the replacement system is voted in worldwide, that you no longer need to work 40 hours a week. You only need to work a fraction. And one of the main reasons is that the whole capitalistic system is a make work project that keeps one's working. It's all designed to do that. The replacement system is not. It's designed to liberate and free ones. And in this current world, there are so many frivolous, unneeded jobs, if you will, that are out there because the system itself made it, like marketers, online marketers, all of these things. They don't contribute to the essential goods and services. They are not needed in a world to advance humanity forward. Government jobs with fees, permits, regulations, none of that is needed. All of those jobs then, where they're no longer needed, it allows ones to contribute to the essential goods and services providers, what is actually needed. And this diminishes the hours required for any to work worldwide. So the children, let's say we don't put a requirement on this, but let's say the children, they don't need to contribute to society until perhaps, they're 16 or 18, and then they do so on their own accord, how they wish to contribute. Also, with any seniors, let's say today, that are over, let's say even 45, there will not be any expectation for them to work, and neither will it be needed, because the workforce currently on Earth is more, it's many multiples more than enough what is needed to support and make this new reality thrive. So again, you don't need very many. And again, it's the choices for any over 45, if they wish to contribute to the worldwide society, they can. And if they don't wish to or can't, they don't need to, and they still receive the same amount of money as everyone else. It is the equal amount of money that places everyone not in a basic existence, in a very comfortable, thriving existence. So, no more poverty for the children to grow up into, no more lack, no more child labor. These things spawned delinquents. When the children were always struggling to survive, had to steal, learn how to steal, there is no need for any of this in the new world. So the children do not learn to be delinquents. They do not learn to be a threat to society. So it's not conditioned any longer in them. When a child's small, their parents is not fighting and thinking about how to survive, worried about bills. None of that comes into the child's environment, and it's also not indoctrinated into the child's environment. Their family is together in perfect harmony without any stress. So, what this means is there is no stress that is learned by the child. And this is simple psychology as well. So, the child does not emerge and grow up to be a delinquent. The child actually grows up to be the example of the perfect, harmonious family thriving in love, peace, and abundance. So, again, the assurance, which is divine-GPMS.WORLD, is for the children, importantly, as well. Now, for the children, there are no more decrees or degrees, excuse me. There are no more tests. There are no more diplomas. There is none of this required in this new world. So the children learn what they wish to be and they're good at it. They apply their own skills to what they can do and what they volunteer to do. There's no more falsity with, let's say, some college students in the past that had rich parents that would just pay the dean or whatever, to make sure, and the teachers that these ones excelled and got these false diplomas. And, perhaps they were drinking all through college and they don't know the things. But these sort of things don't occur in the new world. So you actually have the bona fide professionals in the new world. You don't have the delinquents with false diplomas and credentials that doesn't support what the individual is. That falsity is eradicated. So there is no requirement for degrees, diplomas, and what have you, and no requirement for tests. So with this, in DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD, every child for the first time ever on earth can vote, can consent, and their vote counts the same as yours and mine as an adult. Any age from 1 second old to, let's say, right now 150 years old, every vote counts the same as one. And for any of the children that are too young to know yet that they want this full life of freedom and abundance and harmony and peace and love, it becomes their present parents or guardians, it becomes their obligation to consent to DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD for them, to register their votes. And not only the guardians and parents, if you will, worldwide, but importantly, the guardians of present orphanages, children's homes. It becomes their moral obligation and responsibility because of the duty of care that is involved in them looking after the children's best interests. They are also morally obligated to ensure that the children's vote and consent gets into DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD as soon as possible so that we can get this majority vote worldwide that ends all of this ridiculous savage suffering worldwide. So it becomes a responsibility of every adult, every parent, no matter what you're doing, whatever your profession may be in life, you are morally and duly obligated to secure the future not only for yourself and for the children, but all of soul kind, all of humanity. So it's not a time to sit under a tree. It's not a time to just sit back and wait for someone else to do it. It is the time for all to stand up and get this done together, because it is the right and moral thing to do. And all are morally obligated to do it, except, let's say, for the actual evil and the darkness itself that would not want this. But that doesn't matter, because the majority on earth does want it. The majority on earth, let's say 90%, are in a place of lack, financial insecurity, which means they are just going day by day. That if, let's say, if an individual family had some problems in this current system, that they don't have the financial security to last for more than a few months. And that's absolutely absurd and preposterous. And it's most of the world that is like that. So why live in a world where you're always stressed and have no future security? Why live in that crazy world where DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD gives you infinite, full security, support, thriving in love, peace, freedom, abundance? So again, it becomes common sense, and yes, in the past a lot don't have common sense. However, they are morally emerging into the common sense to do the right thing. And the right thing is worldwide, divine-gpms.world. It's already here. We would not be doing this. I would not be doing it if I did not know exactly how to do it instantly. And I do. And let me just say, if we had the majority worldwide consent vote gathered now with DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD, within 24 hours, every man, woman, and child worldwide would begin to receive an equivalent of 30,000 US dollars to put them in an immediate place of comfort, and then each month thereafter perhaps 20,000 US dollars and everything that they need for a comfortable existence, a home, a vehicle free of charge, if they're in India, free air conditioning units, you don't pay for it, free electric, all of these beautiful benefits. And let me just say again that if I did not have the full knowledge skill set to do this worldwide, you would not see I here. You would not see any of the other divine-gpms.world guardians and representatives. We have everything. Nothing needs to be built. The existing infrastructure already here on Earth within 24 hours supports this full new thriving world. It's only the people themselves that are not fully choosing it in mass yet that are holding it back. So the ones that are aware of DIVINE-GPMS.WORLD and are not assisting to take it forth, they are actually ones that are part of the problem as well, and are prolonging it and prolonging the suffering for, let's say, at least close to 1 billion worldwide every day that are going to bed hungry, and many more dying of hunger-related causes. Most of those children every day. It's a sick world that every human being at this time has the chance to completely eradicate overnight in the blink of an eye. So, with this, I ask for everyone to stand up, even the children. And if you're a child or a teenager or a youth that is watching this, please share it with all of your friends as well, so that at least if your parents don't know what to do, you do. You are the generations that have been put here for this very special time to take things forward. And all of you children play a very important role in this. So I'll have a look and see if there's any questions here. I don't readily see any questions. Let's see, is this working properly? Yeah. Any questions or comments? Put 3 white hearts in here. No. So that looks good. So with this, what I say is, might have been 2 comments. What I will say with this is love, light, and gratitude, and we've got this, and yeah, each one step up to assure this new world for the children. Thank you. Much love.